Unprecedented support continues to arrive to the Israeli army from all over the world. Soldiers of the Qassam Brigade, known as the military wing of the Hamas government, said in a statement that they had launched an attack on Israel in the early morning hours. This attack, which they called the Al-Aqsa Flood, was the first operation launched by Hamas against Israel. Hamas, which has fired thousands of rockets from Gaza into Israel's borders, has infiltrated into Israel's borders with its affiliated militant groups and entered many cities. Shortly after these events, the Israeli army announced that it had launched an air campaign against Hamas targets in the Gaza Strip with warplanes. Hamas's aggressive behavior towards civilians has caused a shock effect all over the world. Italian Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Antonio Tajani said that Israel's unpreparedness for the attacks has caused many innocent civilians to lose their lives, and these Hamas attacks have caused a great reaction around the world. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken announced that he was meeting with his counterparts from Germany, France, Great Britain, and other EU member states. Blinken expressed that they are following the latest situation in the Middle East with concern and are in close contact with their allies. Blinken, who expressed that they are working to prevent the escalation of conflicts and support Israel's right to self-defense, made a statement of support for Israel. French Foreign Minister Catherine Colonna, on the other hand, stated that Antonio Tajani shared a photo from his social media account of an Israeli flag flying over the Prime Minister's building. The French minister said that he had met with his Syrian, Palestinian, Egyptian, and Jordanian counterparts, and that nothing can legitimize terrorism. The Japanese foreign minister, on the other hand, expressed his strong condemnation of the rockets launched at Israel and the infiltration of Hamas into Israeli territory, expressing his condolences to the Israeli citizens who lost their lives. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese stated that Australia will stand by Israel during this entire process, condemning Hamas attacks on Israeli civilians. In a statement issued by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Singapore, Israel stated that it has the right to self-defense. He stated that the Singapore administration does not consider the attacks against Israel from Gaza to be correct, that they strongly condemn these rocket attacks, which have caused the death and injury of many innocent civilians, and that this violence committed by Hamas should be stopped as soon as possible. In the same way, Latin American countries have not remained silent about these attacks on Israel. The leaders of the countries located in Latin America made statements of support for Israel, while some leaders made calls for peace. Colombian President Gustavo Petro has stated that he wants this war between Israel and Palestine to end as soon as Dexane. Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva said that he was shocked by these attacks carried out by Hamas against Israeli civilians, and that they wanted to emphasize once again that they reject all forms of terrorism. Lula da Silva expressed that the United Nations Security Council should intervene in order to prevent further escalation of this conflict. Argentine President Alberto Fernandez said in a statement about the war that they strongly condemn the brutal terrorist attacks committed against Israel and stand ready to provide humanitarian assistance to Israel in these difficult times. Chilean Foreign Minister Alberto Van Claveren, on the other hand, expressed that they are closely following these terrorist attacks against Israel with great concern and stated that he is in favor of stopping the violence as soon as possible. In a statement, the Mexican Foreign Ministry condemned these Hamas attacks on Israel while expressing condolences to the Israeli people and Israeli citizens who lost their families. The governments of Paraguay, Ecuador, Peru, and Uruguay have supported Israel and condemned these aggressive actions of Hamas. In a statement, the Bolivian Foreign Ministry stressed the importance of holding peace talks as soon as possible and called for the protection of human rights. Expressing that they followed the silence of the United Nations Security Council with sadness, the Bolivian government called for the protection of human rights. The Bolivian minister noted that the United Nations and the international community must assume a historical responsibility in this war. European Council President Charles Michel, European Union Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, EU High Representative for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy, Joseph Borrell, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, French President Emmanuel Macron were among the first names to react to these Hamas attacks. These names, who shared from their social media accounts, made statements of support for Israel. In the same way, many officials from Austria, Croatia, Czechia, the Netherlands, Belgium, Canada, Bulgaria, Greece, Italy, Switzerland, Spain, Slovenia, Ireland, Poland, Finland, Lithuania, Romania, Estonia, Malta, Ukraine, Latvia, Georgia, and Kosovo reacted against Hamas. These countries, which published written statements, shared messages supporting Israel. The Azerbaijan-Israeli Interparliamentary Relations Working Group stated that they decry these attacks carried out by Hamas against Israel and stand in solidarity with Israel at this difficult time and are ready to send military support to Israel. Adrian Watson, spokesman for the White House National Security Council, condemned Hamas in a statement and expressed that they stand with the Israeli government and people. While many countries of the world announced their support for Israel, some countries decided to follow a neutral policy and invited both sides to stop these attacks. One of the countries exhibiting a neutral policy was Turkey. Turkey, which has previously demonstrated a neutral policy in the war between Russia and Ukraine, is moving forward with the same strategy in this deconfliction between Israel and Hamas. In his speech, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan addressed the Israeli and Palestinian authorities and stated that they should try to avoid impulsive steps that will further increase tensions. Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan stated that he held talks with many of his counterparts shortly after the beginning of this deconfliction between Israel and Palestine. Foreign Minister Fidan held a telephone conversation with Qatari Foreign Minister Mohammed bin Abdul Rahman Al Thani, Saudi Arabian Foreign Minister Faisal bin Farhan, Egyptian Foreign Minister Sami Shukri, Palestinian Foreign Minister Riyad al-Maliki, and Iranian Foreign Minister Hossein Amir Abdullahian to assess the situation. The Turkish Foreign Ministry issued a written statement stating that they are following this violence and tension with concern, attach great importance to achieving peace in the region as soon as possible. In addition, the statement stressed that further escalation of violent acts will not benefit anyone, urging both sides to act with caution and avoid impulsive actions. And what do you think about this issue? You can express your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to follow the latest news and world agenda.